Hi, my name is Shane Egan from the National Weather Service here in Rapid City. I'm going to give a little briefing on the upcoming post-Thanksgiving winter storm that'll affect western South Dakota, northeastern Wyoming this upcoming week. We've issued a winter storm watch valid Friday evening through Sunday morning for the following counties in western South Dakota and northeastern Wyoming. At this point, we have high confidence in storm occurrence. However, slightly lower confidence, only moderate confidence in the exact snow amounts with this storm. Up here on the top left, you'll see a graphic that shows the potential for moderate to heavy snowfall from 6 a.m. Friday through 6 a.m. Saturday. You'll see these areas in red and blue correspond to the areas with the highest potential for heavy snow Friday into Saturday morning. And then as the storm moves off to the east, you see that potential shift eastward outside of the area in the northern Black Hills where we see some upslope snow. Timing-wise, we expect maybe some light freezing drizzle, freezing rain to develop late Thursday evening in kind of western, south central South Dakota. And then we'll start to see snow develop late Thursday night, Friday morning in northeastern Wyoming, and that'll spread eastward throughout the morning and afternoon Friday, changing over here from kind of a mixed precip to snow by late Friday afternoon. Here we have a graphic of the risk of snow greater than 8 inches, and you'll notice much of our area in western South Dakota, northeastern Wyoming has a moderate risk, just meaning that much of the area, there's a strong likelihood that we will see at least 6 to 8 inches with this storm. Some of these areas have slight risk of greater than 8 inches of snow, but generally we are expecting potentially significant snowfall throughout much of the area with this event by the time it's over. As I mentioned earlier, we're expecting a little freezing precipitation. This area here in red is where we most likely to see a light glaze Thursday night through Friday. By light glaze, anywhere from kind of trace to maybe 500ths of ice. As you move eastward, you'll have slightly higher amounts. And here in yellow is where we would expect 500ths to maybe a tenth of ice accumulation before changing over to all snow. This is the area where we're most likely to see measurable ice accumulation before changing over to snow. It'll be pretty windy throughout this entire event. The strongest winds on Saturday will be 50 to 55 miles an hour in this area here in orange, but area-wide we'll see likely at least 30 to 35 mile per hour wind gusts throughout Saturday and even the duration of the storm beginning late Friday into early Sunday. So some other factors to consider, as I mentioned, we'll have very strong winds Friday through Sunday with much of the area seeing 40 to 45 mile an hour or greater winds throughout the duration of the event, which will lead to blowing and drifting snow and reduced visibility and significant travel impacts. We will see single-digit wind chills overnight Saturday and Sunday as the cold air filters in on the backside of the storm with the strong winds. And as I mentioned, we have high confidence in the storm occurrence and moderate in snowfall amounts, and a lot of that's due to the uncertainty in it. Specifically with relation to the track and location of the storm, produces a lot of uncertainty in trying to hammer out exactly where the storm will track. Big thing is the timing of the rain, freezing rain changing over to snow. That'll be especially impactful in western South Dakota and south central South Dakota. If it changes over to snow earlier in the day Friday, we'll see a higher likelihood of higher snowfall amounts. But if it takes a little while and goes into the evening, it could eat into our snowfall total sum. And then, of course, obviously, when we have very strong winds, especially with a wintry mix, leads to the moderate uncertainty. We might see a lot of drifting and blowing snow. Even though the snow will be pretty wet and heavy, the snow might not fall nice and neat where you can just stick a ruler and see a specific amount. Will likely have a lot of drifting with this system. And as always, for the latest information, you can go to our website here, or we have a briefing page that has a lot of graphics that are updated twice a day as we update the forecast, where you can find information about this storm. And as always, you feel free to call us. We're here 24/7. Thank you.